Yep, Xbox lovers, this is your host Josh, this is Xbox XL, and we are checking out the Xbox Series S for sexy, I would say. And we're going to be chatting through why people are loving this console. There's a design, it's currently blowing up in Japan, the price point's awesome, but there's some other really cool use cases for it as well. And I'm going to chat through exactly why I picked this bad boy up. So now we're going to be unboxing this bad boy. Let's get into it. The main difference is Xbox Series X is all white. It's obviously lower powered, so it can do 1440p and up to 120 hertz or 120 frames per second, which is awesome for a cheaper entry price point. And it's obviously got this cool speaker grill design that they made a lot of fun of. So they have released, or are releasing, the Xbox Series X fridge. I wonder if we'll get a speaker in this design at some point. Let's open this bad boy up. Wow, there we go. So look, we get a power your dreams straight up. Hopefully you guys can see that at the front there. Xbox power your dreams. A little bit minimalist compared to the Series X unboxing, but still impressive. The detail's awesome. They've even etched Xbox into the cardboard there. If we just slide this bad boy off, we can unwrap. So there she is, the beautiful speaker grill design. It's quite heavy. It's got a lot of heft to it. It's got a heap of weight to it. Got your LAN cable here, your two USB 3.0, HDMI out, storage expansion, and the power cable. And the power bricks are included as well, so it's just this and a cable to connect it. And I guess you can, if you kind of put it in your cabinet this way, it's going to be pretty dull. You're just going to have this minimalist X and a white panel, but that might suit a lot of people. But I actually really want to put this on display, and there's some feet on the end here, so you can kind of set this up this way. A slight angle, I think, to show off this speaker grill design. And it's really grown on me. It's kind of a window into next gen. That's the design concept, which, you know, I wasn't sure about at first. I kind of expected something else, but I think it just really fits. The design language fits. It's differentiated enough. It feels like the Xbox One S in a lot of ways. It's kept a lot of that design cues. If we open up this piece, we've got our HDMI cable, I imagine a 2.1. And our power cable, and then we've got our controller. There you go, that's our One S. And I love the white Xbox controller. It just feels like the 360. We can see how that compares up with the black controller. Obviously the same controller, just a different color set. I'll need to get another color at some point to fill in the collection. Textured panels here and this really soft, great feel on the triggers. I just love this controller, the improved D-pad. It's awesome. Series X going to keep that switched on just for playing next gen games, and this I'll use as a second console, so I'm not moving it around the house, but also for that retro gaming, which I just love to go back through. Literally hundreds of games that I can just put on here and just play at any moment, and it's super easy. No hacking, no modding, nothing like that required. So basically, you can sign up for a developer account, you can install RetroArch, and you can actually play pretty much every console up until the Dreamcast, so Nintendo 64, Super NES, Genesis, Dreamcast, GameCube, PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, and it handles it 95% of the time, I would say, with a breeze. The other point I wanted to make, you're not disadvantaged with something like this when it comes to competitive online gaming. You can jump on, you can still get 120 frames per second, you can still really sweat that performance if you don't mind sacrificing a little bit of the resolution. And the reality is that most people aren't going to have high-end enough screens to get that 4K 120. I mean, there's barely any on the market as it is. So if you're just into high frame rate gaming and you want to play online, this is the cheapest way to get into next generation. So when you stack this up now alongside the full lineup of next gen consoles, we've got on the bottom end the Xbox Series S as the cheapest price point, the cheapest way into next gen You've then got Nintendo Switch OLED, which is actually more expensive than this. So it'll be interesting to see what this does now that it's priced below the flagship Switch. And if you pair that up to Game Pass, it's clearly the best deal in gaming. You then have the PlayStation Digital Edition as the next price point. You then have the PlayStation 5 Disc Edition and the Series X at that top end price point. So that's your full lineup of next gen. We now know what the whole thing looks like. And this is your cheapest way in, but it's not necessarily something that you're compromising on either. I think you're still getting the full power of next gen. This thing is still a beast, and it's cute and great in its tiny little compact package. I do think it's sexy. Xbox has never worked in Japan, but because this is more compact, people live in smaller apartments, they love small things. People have really taken, in Japan, the Japanese have really taken a liking to Xbox Series S, and I believe it's selling out there. And obviously Game Pass and your ability to just play such a range of genres through that subscription Netflix style model is another reason why it's taking off in Japan. So the Xbox Series S was something a lot of people were unsure about when it was first announced. But now that it's out there and we can see what it can do, we know it's not really a massive compromise in terms of that next gen experience. People love the design, the compact form factor. It's a great companion console if you've already got another one to do that retro gaming. And yeah, pair it with Game Pass and you've got a real winner in your hands. And I would be a little bit surprised if Sony doesn't copy this at some point in the future. Xbox Series S, putting the S back in sexy in consoles. That was lame. I won't say that again. Yo, this has been your host Josh. If you like this content, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell below, and we'll make more great content like this.